noticed, coming from a Pro Tools background, that the MPC software have a fade in and fade out option when it comes to editing. Since you're only working with MIDI clips, I decided that it's kind of silly coming from Pro Tools, Ableton, and Logic when you're dealing with audio. You can't really put a fade in the audio. Someone might say, well, if you had just edited your cue links well enough, you won't need the fade ins. And I found a really great video that somebody was showing that you could go to the envelopes here and use the amp as sort of a fade in here, or a fade out on the sustain and things like that. But it worked pretty well for a while, but I couldn't help but feel that, you know, a fade system, fade in and fade out system would still be nice. And I'd actually discovered it by accident. I was trying to find a solution for an issue I was dealing with, where that envelope system where you change the attack and things like that, it was smart, but I couldn't help but feel that when I did some drum rolls, that I was still getting like a clicking, popping noise on some of those rolls. So working with this tom here, for example, I want to show people a way to apply a fade in or a fade out if your heart desires. If you're like me and you come from a strictly audio editing background, or you're very keen on using fades and stuff, what I discovered was, let's say you wanted to do a fade out. If you selected like your fade like you would on Pro Tools or Ableton, let's say I wanted this to be my fade out. I wanted it to have a nice attack, but I want it to fade out so that when I hit the drum again, that it wouldn't have that clicking sound, and vice versa. If I wanted to do it for the attack, maybe a tiny hair of a fade in might help in that case. So what I discovered was, if I went to process, fade out, linear, pretty straightforward, lots of things in the audio world, if you do them linearly, they're less noticeable and more transparent. So let's do that. So right now I have my selection. I'm going to say do it, and there's your fade out right there. And then all you have to do is redo your sample start time right where it starts, right before the cycle starts, or right as it starts. I don't like having any unnecessary crap, or I don't like starting it in the middle of a cycle, because then you just get weird clicks, phases, pops. So now I have a fade on here. See how natural that sounds? And I could probably fix the end a bit, and vice versa. I just discovered that to be a neat little fix for not having a audio and fades system here. And then same thing for a fade in. Make your selection. I want to make it, you know, a little bit, just for some of those people in some instances where you want to have a nice fade in, so, you know, when you're zoomed out you could barely see it. But like I said, some of us come from a straightforward music editing or video audio background. So now I'm going to go to fade in and then do it, and there it is, a fade in. Bring it back. that'll help. That'll give me that flexibility that I need so that when I do my rolls, this can also work for, your effects. Let's say that's got a nasty attack, or you want it to have a smoother attack, and put that fade in that you want. Because you can't do it any way else, and I discovered it, like I said, by accident with this sample edit feature. See that? If I were to undo it, this is what I had before. But like I said, I came from that background of music editing in Pro Tools, and ever since I found that feature where you just use your cue links in the sample edit, I've been pretty happy with that.